Good morning, everybody. It's Jean from One Day at a Time Farmstead. Just going to go through my little routine with y'all this morning. I have hay and a little hay shed thing over here. And we give them hay. And we give the piggies, especially Cookie because she's pregnant, some alfalfa hay. Because it's loaded with calcium and stuff. And then I have bread, things, you know, snacks and stuff our neighbor gives us that I put over here out of the rain, and we give that to the pigs also. So I load up my little gorilla cart with hay for the goats, and then I have my little patch of alfalfa hay there for Cookie. I'll just break it up, it's compressed, and then I have 2 loaves of bread for the pigs. So I put all that in my little gorilla cart, and this is where I start. So it rained heavy last night, so we're dealing with all that too, but I have 4 buckets here, 3 of the 5-gallon and 1 of the, I think that's 3 gallons, I'm not sure, but that's what I take out to get everybody set up. I've already dumped most of the water off the top of there. That's the only downfall as far as these containers go, to having these containers, is that they deep and the water fills up in them. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna fill up the animals containers. This is goat food. All right, on the goat food, I do the girls 3/4 of the bucket and the boys half. And then here's the pig food, which we need to make a run. This is a hog food and a sweet feed. And then here's our chicken food. So let's go back to the pig food. Here is the pig food with the mixture of the hog food and the sweet feed. Today we're only giving them 3/4 of a bucket because they've already had snacks my sister brought over this morning for them and some bread. So I don't need to put quite as much, but when they don't have the extra stuff, I fill it to the top. And that's for the 2 pigs. And then here, Penelope, which is our Juliana pig, she gets 1/4 of the bucket. Then I go over here and I get about half of chicken food, and I add it to it because the chickens and ducks eat with her. Then for the little chickens that are over there, which ain't many, with the boy goats, I do this for them, and then I just put it right there. So I bring that all at one time. There's my towel. I dried out my buckets. The boys left them straight up, so they were soaking wet this morning. And then the goats over here eat with the chickens and all that stuff. So we put the goat food and the chicken food, and I've got to get a little bit more of baby food because we got a little baby in there eating. Just laid this in the dirt, but we use the 18% chicken starter grower, the crumbles for the babies, which I need to get more because this is the last of it. And I just throw that in there with mama chicken's food, and we bring that to mama chicken and baby chicken. I just set all that in this bucket together, that way I can make one trip when I do it all. I just make all my feeds up and bring it all when I go into each pen. Alright, so I set all my stuff that is going to the boy goats in here together with their bread. I took some of the girls' hay out and just stuffed it in here real tight, so when I feed them it's easier than having this whole thing loaded. So on we go to the boy goats, the bucks. Alright, so I took the bread ties off in order to get into the fence with our little piggies there. We have to bait them away from the gate so we can get in. So we just throw some bread in there to them. and they'll have a blast with that until we can get this wagon through the door. So everybody's trying to help themselves to the food. Got the chicken food. We're just gonna throw that out there to them like that. Hey ma'am, sir, I'm coming, boys. Here, one more. Keep them distracted a minute. 2 loaves of bread. All right, boys. We'll get their boys fed. When I'm done with the buckets, I just throw them over so I don't have to fight them to get them back, because they'll stick their heads in them and all that good stuff and you won't get it back. So now we bring their hay over to their hay trough. Mark and I fixed up a little temporary spot trying to keep them dry, which we did not have time to fix the excess holes that are in here, so I got to come and silicone all that, because as you can see, water got in. We got a tarp right there for now, but water did get in. But for the most part, it stayed dry. All right, so we put some hay in here. We got some little chickens that lay up here. We have 1 egg so far. They had a brick up there. Wonder where that went. They knocked it down. Okay. Put the brick to keep all this from happening. All right, we put the brick back with the little broken edge off there, but it kind of holds all this in so that the little chickens can get up there and do their bidding. Put a little roosting stick over here for them too. Have 1 egg here. And being Miss Cookie's pregnant, like I said, we give her the extra green hay. I usually break it up, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to let her eat it like that, because I'm going to give her more dry hay to throw under there to make her bed. She's putting it in the hole. You see that? Where the water is, she's filling that hole. She doesn't want the water in her bedding area, so we'll fix that up. I'm going to show you. They'll eat some, but she's putting it in her mouth, and she's going to fix her bedding the way she wants it. So I just threw a bunch of hay down there, and I'm going to let her do her thing so she can have a dry area to lay in. It's so cute. They're so smart. But I only have 1 egg this morning. Change your mind, ma'am? She changed her mind. Cookie, Mama has 1 egg for you. You want it? Hey. Peanut wants his egg, so I'm going to go ahead while she's busy and give it to him, and I'll bring her back her own egg. Look at her. She's working hard. Working hard, my girl. Pigs are incredibly smart. So, don't put it back in here. You can't have this wagon, baby. Go fix your spot. Mama's going to make it better for y'all today. Rain or shine, we're going to do something. We'll dry those spots in silicone so you don't have water in your house. Okay? I got to pick up all that junk. We're still working over here. Only have so many hours in a day, so we did exactly what we could do, and that's all we could do this weekend. On to the next pen. I do add water to that pig's food normally. I'm going to go and get a bucket because I don't have a water source in here because it's going right there. So first I have to check before I leave this pen. Always check to see if this water nipple for the pigs is working, and it is. And then we're going to have to dump the boy goat's water. I'm going to leave it for now. It's pretty clean overall. Mark just did that yesterday evening. But I'm going to come back and I'm going to swap that out. I'm going to put a stainless steel, smaller waterer for the boy goats, because the pigs will tear this slap up. I added their water. The pigs will root it around with their nose and mix it. I didn't want to go back in there. Cookie decided to bring a handful of hay over here. I get back over here and I throw my scoops back where they belong. Put everything back in the wagon. And then we load the cart up for the goats over here, the does and the chicken food and the baby and mama chicken food. But I get back over here, ground's nasty, but I dump my buckets, put them over here, my clean buckets, and that's where they go. And then there's Penelope's food, but we're working our way to Penelope. All right, it's very hard to get in here without the goats getting out when they're hungry. So I try not to bring the food with me right away. Always hook the gate back because the goats, especially Gretel, likes to push it open and get out. The rain's got all this nasty, so I'm gonna have to wash that out real quick. All right, we got their little containers filled. Dallas is out here on this side of the fence trying to hand me stuff. I'm gonna let Dallas dump the chicken. We try to put these containers close to the fence because it's easier for us. Like I said, it's hard to get in the gate, so in the evening time it's best to clean out their containers, but it rains, so it doesn't matter anyway. Thank you, sir. So hang on the baby food. Hand me the goat food. So they're starting on the chicken food. They'll move and get their goat food, and Dallas will dump their goat food here. Right on top of their head, probably, because they don't want to move. So you got food all over you, huh? Yep. All right. Let me let them eat. I'm gonna bring them some fresh hay. I give them a place to lay. They want to lay in the goats thing, so I'm gonna get a bucket lid, put it on top here, so hopefully that'll stop them from laying in here. This water looks fairly clean, but I dump it anyway. I hate to waste water, but I don't want them drinking nasty stuff. I'm just going to clean this because I forgot to bring my brush this morning. Just my hand. I usually have it hanging on the fence, but I don't so much. Go ahead and clean this one too with my hand real quick. I left a little bit of the water to clean it better. Now I'll leave this water running on low until I get back from taking care of mama and baby chicken. That way that's filling up and I don't have to stand there and wait for it. Let's see what mama and baby's doing. Hey mama and baby. Hey mama. Hey baby. They still have food, but I'm throwing some of it out off the top because they did poop in it. So I just grab a big chunk out of there, and yes, I got it on my hands. We'll have to deal with that in a second. Get out of there, precious. You have your own food. Come on, move it, sister. I'm just going to add that to the top so that they have fresh food. And we're going to have to dump their water and refill it. We got to fight goats. So I got mama chicken's water, and I'm put this back in here to run because we got to go back over there and get eggs and stuff. So we'll just let it continue to fill. Look out, Flip. I collect eggs twice a day, once in the morning and the evening. When I'm done with feeding mama chicken, I save that scoop to get the eggs. 1, 2, 3 here. There's none up here today. There's none there today. Get down before you spill the eggs. I will be upset with you, ma'am. None there. And mama's sitting. And she's going to get mad. We're going to leave them. She's got 3 under her. Just see if she's broody. If not, we'll pick up the eggs this evening. Can I help you, ma'am? I know you see this container and you think it's your food. But it's not right now. Go eat, baby. Problem is, Nana and Molly take over, and they eat and they buck them out the way, so they're always looking for another source of food. So we're going to put another trough in here for them, and that way they might not have to fight so hard to get their food. It's like the pecking order and everything. Water's almost full. We'll go ahead and turn it up and finish it off. Now, yes, we have an automatic waterer over here, but the goats prefer, even though they drink out of the automatic waterer, they love this bucket. So we continue to use the bucket and just let them drink out of there. So the eggs I got out of the hay trough was 6, and then there's 3 in here, that's 9, and she was sitting on 3. That's 12. So that's so far today. I put all my little containers back in there. Now if the eggs are poopy or dirty, I'll wash them before I put it back in there. And then we got the eggs in this thing that we use for the hay, for the alfalfa hay. We're going to get Penelope's food and the eggs in any trash that we have and put it all in the wagon. I'll just throw the towel in there to keep the eggs from rolling. They got little holes so they don't really roll around too much in that cart. And then we bring this over to Penelope. We're going to make a little pit stop and feed the dogs first. See, there's the puppies. We're going to feed them. We already fed Nina and Angel, the inside dogs, this morning. So now we're feeding the other ones. We have some of this and then a little bit of leftover of this. So we're just going to finish this bag off. Here, Dallas. We'll let Dallas go in there and take care of that. He's got his boots on. We'll take the dogs' water and move it over there to the goats, and take the goats' automatic water and move it over here. So Dallas fed the puppy dogs, or feeding them. Dozer likes eating in his house. He's the alpha and he likes eating in his house. So we feed him in there and the girls out here. Hey, Penelope. Alright, we in here. Gotta take care of these critters. Clean those pans in the evening time. That way you don't have to worry about nastiness. And we're going to get the water hose because they like it wet. Alright, so Penelope and the chickens and ducks have their food. The ducks ain't too worried right now, but they will come back. And now we have rabbits and they have fresh water. We got to fill up the rabbit waters. We normally dump this, but it's fixing to rain, so we're not going to do that. We'll come back after the rain passes and dump it instead of wasting water again, because it's a lot of water. But the ducks have this to play in, but Penelope will come over here and play and sometimes drink, so I try to keep that clean. Alright, now we're feeding the rabbits and getting their fresh water. And food got dumped here, so I got trapped behind here and got wet in the rain, so we have to fix that. Alright, I like to keep my brush and my sheetrock tool on the tree right here. They had 2 little branches broke off and hung them there. Could put a nail, but it keeps it close by so I can do what I need to do. And then here I just cut off a juice bottle and I use that to scoop the food and for the rabbits.
Well,
so I use the sheetrock tool and I clean the bunny rabbit poop like that and get all that out of there. He still has hay. There's a little chunk of mess in here. I usually take this top layer and just throw it down to the chickens or whatever, and then put a little bit of food in there. We don't want to waste it. I've got to get all this out from behind it. Like I said, it got wet. Dallas must have overfilled it and got wet behind there. So we do like to give them hay as well, but he's good for now. Alright, Dallas is going to take off all the rabbit waters and go fill them up real quick. Alright, girl bunnies taken care of. These are little dwarf bunnies. She likes to poop in both corners. We do hose these out as well, but not all the time. That little sheetrock knife works well. And then we got these boys taken care of. And I need to go get more rabbit food and baby chicken food today. So this is Penelope's little area that she sleeps. And I made a little basket over here for the chickens, and look like she laid in it. So we got one egg from over here. That's 10 total. All right, guys, Dallas put the waters back on. We have just hay to bring over here for the rabbits, little handfuls of hay for them, and everything's done. So we thank y'all so much for watching. Just kind of giving y'all our daily routine thing without, you know, the in-betweens, petting the critters and all that stuff, just a feeding routine. So there you go. We thank y'all so much, guys. Please hit that thumbs up. We ask that you share us out to your friends and family. And they may not want to see this video, not sure, but there are other good videos. So we're asking that y'all hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, choose all when you hit the notification bell. That's just letting you know when we put out new videos. It notifies you. So we thank y'all so much, guys. We love you all, and we thank y'all for doing life together with us, one day at a time.